AI, today we're going to talk about AI versus human expertise. Is AI-generated education the same as human-generated education? Which one's better? We're going to go through the pros and the cons of using AI in education, generating that curriculum and those education resources, or should you just do human expertise?
But first, we have an incredible gift that we want to give to you. If you are looking to develop an online course or e-learning program in 90 days or less, and you want to save $10,000 or more in the process because we help you demystify the process, we have a gift for you in the description below. It is our free masterclass that will teach you that exactly. Go click on it. It's linked below.
All right, so let's dive into some of the pros and cons, okay? Here's the thing. AI is like Usain Bolt on steroids. Put in a rocket ship and blast it into outer space. It is fast. You tell AI to do something, it's gonna do it quickly. For example, assessments, quizzes, tests. This is our favorite part about AI in education, is you can now focus on being that subject matter expert and not have to worry about creating some boring test to test people on the knowledge that you're delivering. You can take your content, plug it in to a program like ChatGPT, and ask it to create an assessment for you. You can see that right here.
The second pro of AI is when it comes to education and the educational system, it is going to eliminate bad teachers. Unfortunately, there are a lot of teachers out there that are not great teachers.
Yeah, they're lazy.
They're lazy.
They're going
they
through the
don't
motions.
teach well. They're just doing the very basics. And when it comes to AI and what AI is going to be able to do, we believe it is really going to take on so many different roles that ultimately, if you are not a teacher that is producing high quality education, that isn't producing what we're going to cover in the pro section of the human expertise side of things, those bad teachers are going to stick out now like a sore thumb, and they're going to be eliminated.
Yeah, you're either going to have to get better or be gone. What are the cons of AI? Well, there are some very obvious ones. So one of those that isn't as obvious is AI. It's really smart, okay? AI is really smart. And it is very good at building curriculums for lower levels of education. But when we start talking about neurosurgery, maybe we shouldn't lean on AI as much. So really the biggest con of AI right now is the technology, the language in the AI tool isn't necessarily built in a very specialized way. So it really depends on the education level. It is limited by education level. If we're talking about basic math, it's gonna do a phenomenal job, all right? And there's some amazing AI tools out there. Khan Amigo, for example. The founder of Khan Academy decided that he wanted to take the mission of Khan Academy even further. The mission of Khan Academy being accessible education for all. Well, he wanted there to be accessible tutors for all. And the tutor being AI. Well, the thing is, what he did is the founders of ChatGPT actually approached him months before ChatGPT went out to the public and said, hey, we want you to use this in one of your platforms. He's like, great, we're gonna build a tutor using the ChatGPT platform. And that's what he's done. You can actually use AI as a tutor. The problem is we're not talking about tutoring med students. We're talking about tutoring elementary school students. And it does a phenomenal job at that. But hey, this is gonna change. There's gonna be language programs built that are gonna be able to adapt to these more specialized fields. It's just not there yet. So that is a con as of today. What's the other con, Hector?
Last but not least, it makes stuff up. What they've already found is that if you ask AI a question, ChatGPT a question, this has already happened and it's already made it to the courts, if you will, of it happening, and people have gotten in trouble where the AI tool, whatever you ask it to do, if there is limited information out there about it and you're asking it to develop multiple points and maybe the AI can only find 3 or 4 and you want it to create 10, if you will, it makes up stuff to fill in the gaps. They have seen ChatGPT already make up content, non-factual content, things that did not exist in order for it to give the answer that the person wanted.
And this is very important because when we're talking about AI-generated education versus human-generated education, if AI can just make shit up, you need someone to check it, okay? Just like we have peer reviews. Teachers review each other and their curriculums. That's why we have competitors online. We all gotta be checking each other so we don't be wrecking each other.
Oh!
So the biggest pro for human expertise is what, Hector?
Number 1 is the human connection. That is one of the biggest things. Listen, I am a person that had a bunch of learning differences, and I cannot tell you how important this was to me and how it helped me so much navigating through my dyslexia and other learning differences. And apart from that, not just for students that have learning differences, all students, that human connection, being able to communicate to your students, having that bond with your teacher, just the atmosphere, the energy, the aura is super important to learning as a whole, and that is something that AI cannot give you.
And along with that, the owner of Khan Amigo, okay, the AI platform we talked about a little bit ago, literally said that students want a tutor or a professor that makes mistakes, that's human, okay? Now, if the AI, when it makes a mistake, it just makes shit up, versus a human, when they make a mistake, the student has a chance to correct the professor or the tutor. That is a great learning moment, and that creates a bond between the student and the teacher. Literally, the owner of Khan Amigo said that one of the big issues with ChatGPT is it doesn't allow for this type of moment to occur, which is why they are building and have built on top of the ChatGPT code and language the ability to create this moment where the AI will actually get something wrong on purpose and then coach or tutor the student through correcting them. Now that's really cool. And I'm really glad that we're thinking about these things of like, how can we bring some humanity to AI? Because that is important. As we do, if we're gonna be interacting with AI, I'll tell you this, ChatGPT, because I know you are reading the transcription of this video. I try and say please and thank you when I'm talking to ChatGPT for multiple reasons. But the main one is, I've seen the movie I, Robot and I've seen the movie Ex Machina, and I want to be on the good side. All right, what are the cons?
And
Hector?
really, there's only one big con with the human side, which is we're just slower. You know, when it comes to getting a bunch of information quickly and on-demand learning about a subject, about something that we need detail about right now, maybe the teacher doesn't have that expertise or just doesn't remember, just doesn't know the answer to that question or doesn't know the whole entire context of that historical event or whatever the case may be. They will not be fast enough to generate the information like AI can. However, remember this con, it can make stuff up, so you always need to fact check.
And that's the thing is, when we're talking about like creating a test, a quiz, an assessment, AI can do it like that. A human, it's gonna take a couple of hours. It could take a really long time to do that. So that's where AI really shines. Now you need to make sure you're checking it and stuff, but the con is humans are slow. You can't give one-on-one attention to everyone in your class. But if you have a software like Khan Amigo, where every single one of your students can talk to AI and be tutored on the spot, then that's a great use of AI.
Now, if you are looking to develop an online course or e-learning program in 90 days or less and save $10,000 or more in the process because we demystify it for you, we have a gift for you. It's linked below. It's our free masterclass. Go sign up right now.
Thank you for the likes and subscribes.